Hello and welcome back to Villa View. And the Championship fixtures have been announced today, so I'm joined by Dan, so we can just go over a little bit of a reaction to what we can see from these fixtures and how we can see the season faring out based on what we're seeing with the fixtures. Dan, how do you think, looking at these fixtures, now you've had time to sit and mull over them, what do you think about them?
Um, First of all, I think there's a lot of midweek games, which isn't ideal. Obviously, we knew there was going to be midweek games, but I didn't appreciate how many. And also, there's some pretty handy teams in the Championship looking at it as well. I mean, I don't think there'll be many easy games. I know it's a bit cliche to say that, but I genuinely don't think there'll be any easy games. And I don't think we could have wished for a tougher start with Sheffield Wednesday because they were very good at home last year. So I think it is going to be a big reality check at the start, certainly.
I think the one that stands out for me is that Sheffield Wednesday first game of the season. They lost 2 games all last season, drew 8, won the rest of them. Very good record. And if we want to be challenging next season, realistically, we've got to see us beat Sheffield Wednesday in the opening game of the season. To me, it's not at the end of the world, though, if we don't. We saw last season we won the first game of the season against Bournemouth, and look where that ended up. So I don't think winning the first game is necessary. But it does give us sort of a positive step when you look at the fact we're playing Luton in the League Cup a few days later, and then we've got back-to-back home games against Rotherham and Huddersfield. So going to the season with 3 points against Sheffield Wednesday, it's no disrespect to Rotherham or Huddersfield, but we should be beating those sides. So potentially we could have 9 points on the board after the first 3 games if we do get the right results on the opening day.
Obviously, it's difficult to know what's going to happen as well because obviously we don't know who's going to be playing for us. Obviously, it'll be easier to gauge in maybe 4 or 5 weeks when the squad's outgoings and incomings have happened. But that is it's a very Yorkshire-based start. I mean, when we get anything out of that Sheffield Wednesday game, I mean, over the years we've been horrendous whenever we've been on telly. I think maybe Sky are expecting a bit of a not really a scalp, is it? But yeah, a scalp, and obviously we're going to be coming across some old players in the opening month. So first up's Barry Bannon, who would obviously be in our squad now, probably be quite handy in the Championship, but he'll be playing against us.
I'm looking at the opening 5 fixtures, and to me, I think we should be aiming for maybe 12 points. I know that's a bit big to say. Maybe about 10 points, maybe is the mark we should be looking at for those opening sort of few games, just to get us ticking over. And a win against Luton will obviously help that as well.
We're obviously coming up against teams that could possibly be more Championship ready than we are. I mean, if you look at Sheffield Wednesday, if they keep hold of their manager, I think he's a very good manager, he's been linked with Southampton. If they keep hold of him and keep hold of the majority of their players, then they're going to be one of the favourites to go up straight away, just by design of the fact that they came so close last time. They're going to be up for it again. So it is a tough start. Derby the same. They didn't quite make it through the playoffs. We've got them early doors there. Very Championship ready, I imagine, and they've got a very Championship ready manager, although I didn't want him at Villa in Nigel Pearson. A couple of old boys as well who'll probably be up to prove a point. So it's going to be a very, very difficult league, and it's certainly going to be a very, very difficult start whilst we adjust to life in the Football League.
I think, and a standout fixture to me, obviously, in this fixture, we can't ignore the elephant in the room, is the fact we're playing Birmingham City. It is currently 29th, which is the Saturday at 3 o'clock away from home, but I can't imagine them going to keep that at a 3 o'clock kickoff away from home. Last time we played them, we beat them 1-0 when we were a very poor side, so that is the one every fan's looking forward to. And more so than that, I said this already on record on Twitter, so I'm going to say it again, and Birmingham City fans are already hating me for this, but our second to last home game of the season against Birmingham City, imagine winning the league or getting promoted at home to Birmingham City. We can only dream that happens, can't we, really?
I'd certainly take that.
Yeah.
I'd take even finishing second or even sixth, to be honest, if I was offered it at the moment, just to make sure we were in with a shout come the end of the season. I mean, personally, for me, all the Derby games are a bit of a nightmare because I hate Derby games because I don't sleep, especially when we're playing Blues into the weeks leading up to it, because I just have the fear of losing. And I know I've harped on about Championship ready. They're going to be Championship ready, unfortunately, and they've held on to Gary Rowett by the looks of things. He hasn't really been. I mean, the Derby job would have been the one that I would have thought he would have taken if he was going to go. So I think he's going to be there, and he is building something at Birmingham. To be fair to him, and he is a good manager. So even
he is a Villa fan as well.
He is a Villa fan, isn't he? But he seems to have put that to the back of his mind whilst being Birmingham manager. It's just going to be so tough. It's difficult to know what to expect as well to an extent. But the signing of Elphick is pretty encouraging because I think that's signing someone who is ready for that league. So we certainly need some more signings like that.
We never get an easy Christmas fixture list, do we? It's the same this year. For December, we're playing Leeds away, Wigan at home, Norwich away, QPR away, Burton Albion at home on Boxing Day, and New Year's Eve, Leeds United at home. They're all teams that are going to be there or thereabouts, I think. Especially someone like Burton Albion, they're going to be wanting to beat us because we are essentially one of their local rivals.
Yeah, I mean, they'll obviously be happy just to stay up, but they're a club that's been run well, and they've got a plan. And when they lose a manager, someone else steps in, and it never seems to be too big of a change in things. So they've been run very well, and I don't see them challenging, to be honest. But obviously, that's a game they'll be up for because, as you say, it's a derby of sorts. So fair play to them for getting there, and it does just that really hits home how far we have fallen over the last few years. It's disastrous, really. But hopefully, it's only for one season.
Yeah. Going towards the back end of the season, we've touched on the fact Birmingham City's second home game last of the season. But the last one is going to be Brighton at home, and that's a big one for the fact that Tommy Elphick, our new sign already, and of course the fact that Brighton came so close to promotion last season as well. Do you expect them to be there or thereabouts this season?
I mean, Brighton would be in the top 6 to 8 teams that you would expect to be challenging. If they've held on to Chris Hughton as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
So you'd expect them to be up there. Wouldn't be a kind of game I'd like to go into thinking, we need to get something today to secure playoffs or to secure automatic promotion, because that's a tough place to go, Brighton. You
touched on the fact of how many midweek games we've got, but luckily a lot of them are at home.
Not luckily for me. When I live in London.
For a lot of the Villa fans, it is lucky. For me personally, it's not lucky either. But for a lot of Villa fans, it's quite a lucky thing having home games on a Tuesday night. It's not as bad as going to Newcastle away.
Yeah, there's a lot of twos in a row where you've got 2 home games in a row. So they're obviously the ones where you've got a bit of a chance to build some momentum. Yeah, obviously, if you can get 6 points in 3 days or whatever it is, 4 days, you're going to move up the league at a fast rate. So hopefully we'll see that happen, even though it is frustrating for a fan that lives 120 miles away.
I think that the one standout we have to say is the fact that this is going to be a long slog this season, and I don't think anyone underestimates how hard it's going to be for us, especially setting in to the league that we've not been in for so long. And we just need to. I think it's all about that start, isn't it? I've mentioned the fact that starts mean nothing anymore, but I think it is pivotal for the amount of new players we're going to have as well to get that positive start and push from that. But it's all about who we get in to do that as well.
Well, we hope we've got some new players, because if we haven't, we're going to be in a bit of trouble if we're going in with the same mob as last season. It doesn't look like that's going to happen from all the sound bites and everything I'm hearing. It doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. But yes, another massive summer, another massive rebuild, and we've got to make sure that we get the signings that are suited to that league, because too often Villa over the last few seasons have had a bit of a scattergun approach to transfers. But I'm encouraged by Alfred because he is the right kind of signing for that league. So if we get some more people like that, I'll be feeling a bit more confident than I was having gone down with no takeover on the horizon, same players with Randy Lerner.
So can I just get a quick rating what you think of this fixture list, sort of sum it up in 3 words?
I am scared.
Yeah,
that would be it.
I can't agree. I was going to say I'll give myself 3 words, but you summed it up. I am scared. I've tried and bigged it up. It is going to be a tough slog, and I am really excited for it. But in the same vein, we need to get the championship straight away. So it's pivotal that we do get on a good run with these sort of fixtures where we can build momentum, and we'll go from there. So thank you to Dan to join me today, just for this quick sort of reaction video over what's happened with the fixture list.
No worries.
Make sure you're tweeting in what you think about these fixtures, and also dropping us a like in this video below. And, of course, commenting on the video what you thought of the fixtures and what were your first instincts on them. Give us 3 words to sum up what you think about these fixtures. Making sure you subscribe to the channel. It is free to do that, and get those post notifications on. And, of course, head over to the Villa View on Twitter, @TheVilla_, and our other social media channels. But that is all for the Villa View today.